Alright, so today what we're going to go over is something really important for data analysis, and those are collections. Now collections, they are a group of things that have the same class or data type. And to declare it, you use the following syntax. You first dim the variable for whatever you want to call the collection, and then you say as new collection. And these have two methods and two properties. First, we're going to go over the methods. And the methods, to use this, you use the collection name, you put a period in, and then you use these methods. And the first one's to add. And this basically just adds an item to a collection that you've previously defined. The second method is to remove. So adding, where it will just put it at the very end of the collection in like a list of things put together. Removing, you need to have an index value of it for it. And so if you want to remove the second element or the fifth element or the 100th element, you'll use the remove method, and then you'll put in parentheses 100. And we'll show you an example soon. The properties of a collection are the item and the count. So item just displays whatever item is or what element is in the collection, and this takes an index value. So if you want to show what the fifth item is, you can use the item property and put 5 in there. And finally, count, this displays the amount of items that are in a collection. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through this program here in VBA so that you can actually see an example of this. So first, what we're going to start off with is write a program, sub-procedure. We're going to do a collection example, and we're going to really pay attention to what the locals window is saying. So to define it, you say dim. We're going to call it call for collection, and we're going to call it a new collection. Cool. So right now, if we start stepping through, you're going to see that this collection has nothing in there. So what we're going to have to do first is add some items to it. So to do that, we use call. You can see the method up here to add, method down here to remove, and the two properties count an item. Well, we want to add it first because that's the only thing that really makes sense. And we're going to say banana. Hopefully I spelled that right. You never know if I can spell that word correctly. We'll put in orange. We'll add an apple. And all right. So another thing that we'll do is we'll use the debug.print to show these results in the immediate window. But no, we could also use a message box like we have been previously. So to debug.print, we're going to say the collection count is concatenating call.count. All right. So just walking through this, seeing how this works, you can go to the locals window and you see, actually I'll show that again. See that there's nothing here. Once I hit F8 again, you can see this box comes up, and this is where the first item is stored. Second item just pops up there at the very end. Third item pops up there at the end. And you can see when we say debug.print, this makes this message here go to this bottom here. So we have 3 items in our collection so far. All right then. So now let's use some of the other methods. Debug.print. And we're going to say item 2 is call.item 2. So this is how we're using the methods and the properties. We take right here, collection name that we defined up here, .count.item2. So now let's do a remove for it. Let's remove that item 2, and then which we don't need to have those parentheses there. And now let's do the same thing where we display what the new item 2 is. So walking through this again, you can see here's our collection down here, banana, orange, apple. We have 3 items in there. The second item is an orange. We're going to remove the second item, and now the second item is an apple. So that covers the basics of collections. Look at the next couple of lessons for arrays, and we'll go at the very end to explain how there's differences between them. Howdy ho.